communicate with us.
What do you mean risking?
It takes enormous effort for a ghost to move objects in the physical plane.
She seemed really weak.
My girl needs me, and I don't know what I can do.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Thank you so much for all of your services. But I think the only thing we're doing here is stirring things up, and we don't need that. So why don't you come with me, and I'll walk you to your car.
Jake, don't send her away. Let's try the seance again, please.
Yes, Jake, please.
Yeah, we'll have a much better chance with all of us here. She can use all of our energy.
That's about, she's very tired, and right before you came, she had a vapor attack, and you need to save your energy for your next performance.
Jake.
It's all right, Molly. Mr. McKinnon's negative energy would only interfere with the quality of our communication anyway. You still owe me my fee.
I will write you a check in the parking lot, so why don't we propel our bodies through the ether and hit the asphalt? I'll be back.
I don't know why he has to act like this.
I hope he's not upset.
He saw the tape. What, does he not believe his own eyes?
If Jake doesn't want to believe something, he's not going to believe it. Doesn't matter what we do.
I don't care what Jake thinks. I know what happened. I know what I feel. My daughter, Victoria, was here.
It is the truth. Alden would never admit it, but I would never have developed feelings for Simon otherwise. Am I going crazy? Are you letting me off the hook a little bit? Maybe. A little. Wow. You're a bigger person than I gave you credit for. I couldn't do that. Because us Italians, we created the word vendetta. Turns out I'm not Italian after all anyway. I always want to go to Italy, I want to go to Italy. I want to go down where my mama, her people are, in their little town and say, hey, there's Anna Marie's little girl, and finally feel like I was home. What? I remember when I found out that I was adopted, my whole world turned upside down. Everything went the wrong direction. Up was down, down was sideways, and I can honestly say I know exactly what you're feeling right now. I don't have it all figured out just yet. I'm gonna let you know a little secret. When I was a little girl, I daydreamed about having a sister. A twin. These little girls in my grammar school, Ginger and Gigi, they were adorable. They dressed alike, they'd walk down the street together after school with their heads together, talking to each other, and I thought, if I had a twin, then I'd never be alone. I might like that, Being your sister, Aunt Rose to your kids. I don't know how they'd feel about that. But Luke always said that you were nice. He's a good kid. He is. He's adorable. You raised him good. Thank you. We still have one major problem here. You're still in love with Holden. You're right. My pop's ready to kill me for falling for a married guy. Your father should talk to Cal. Who's Cal? That sounds so familiar. What? He's our grandfather, and he would be furious with me if he knew that I was spending time with Simon because he loves Holden. I tried to tell Pop. You can't help who you fall for. Rose, when you're right, you're right. You know what's right? This, us talking like this. This is right. I haven't felt like this, like myself in so long. This feels right. You know what? I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove that my heart is in the right place. I'm gonna back off Holden. I'm gonna do that. And I'll do whatever you say. Just say the word. That's between you and Holden. Is between you and Holden. Wow. I'm impressed. Maybe I was wrong about you being a tight ass. The next time you see me, and I will tell you what I was gonna say, maybe. But the truth of the matter is, Holden and me, nah, he's still got it bad for you. I'm not looking for him to give me a little tumble, and that is the truth, I promise. He hooked you up with Denise. He didn't have to do that. I believe it. I believe if you just say the word, then Holden would forget about me immediately. No. I tried that before, and I denied my feelings for Simon, and didn't work then, it's not going to work now. Even now that Simon is hooked up with Katie, I should have married Simon. That would have solved everything. Then we could have switched. But no. Some problems don't have easy solutions. You're right. You're right. You're 100% right. And I think I've said enough now. So, I'm gonna go. Oh, yeah. Watch out for that Katie. She got more moves than a basket of snakes. I remember that.
Some girls don't play by these rules.
Yeah.
Who is she?
Her name is Ruby.
Ruby?
And she's not a girl, she's a woman. And that's what is so unfair about this. She has been doing stuff for years that I just started thinking about. And she's beautiful and sexy and always available to sit around at Java Underground to watch Bright mix drinks.
Oh. Miss Nightmare, huh?
Oh, yeah. And even if I did sleep with Bryant, who knows? Maybe I still couldn't compete with what Ruby has to offer. She is everything that a guy wants.
And everything a woman fears.
And the most frustrating part is she looks at him like he's a toy or something, like he amuses her. She doesn't care one way or the other about him. She just wants to win. She just wants to take him away from somebody else.
All right. Power games. Well, he'd better be careful. It sounds like she could chew him up and spit him out before breakfast.
I don't suppose you'd be willing to tell him that.
Let me tell you something instead. I played those power games myself. I made a lot of mistakes. So many mistakes that I lost the only man I really loved. I wanted control over the situation so badly. I kept things from Jack. And when he found out I lied, it was over for good.
I'm really sorry.
So am I. But I don't have any regrets. I will always know that I really lived. I really loved someone.
I'm starting to get a taste of what that feels like. I don't know if it's love yet, but I really hope it will be someday.
I hope so too. Now listen to me. If you want Bryant to love you back, just forget about all these Ruby kinds of games, okay? Just show him how you feel. And he will fall for you so hard that if Ruby were riding around town naked, throwing beer out into the crowd, he wouldn't even notice. Well, listen up, because I am about to say something nice about Barbara. If you were an example of her mothering skills, she's one of the very best. I just think something happens when you're talking to one of your own kids. If you were my daughter, I probably would have spent so much time talking about the importance of safe sex that you would have fallen asleep before we got to the good stuff.
Well, don't worry, because my mother has covered that and covered it and covered it and covered it again. And...
Well, good. Well, then she's probably said this. Don't do anything you're too embarrassed to talk about out loud.
I get it.
Okay. Well, then in your spare time, you might want to practice saying, I love you too, hon, and put on that condom.
Carly.
Well, if you can't say it, you can't do it.
Yeah, well, I bet Ruby can say it in 7 different languages.
Oh, trust me, that is nothing to aspire to. Put your jacket on. You know, just forget about Ruby. She's off doing her own little dance. There's nothing you can do to break her stride. There you go.
Yeah, but she can hurt Bryant. You said so yourself.
Well, I'll just have to deal with it.
But it's not fair. If I try to compete, then I'll lose. And if I don't, then she'll use him like some boy toy. He's got a lot of pride, Carly, and if she hurts him that much, he might not want anything to do with either of us, and then where will I be?
Well, you will carry on. That's what I'm doing. Losing Jack was like drowning. But I do it. I find a way to keep putting one foot in front of the other.
I don't think I'll be able to do that if Bryant breaks up with me.
You'll be in pain. But it's the kind of pain that reminds you that you're alive. Too many people try to get through life without any cuts or bruises. You don't want to be one of those people.